All right, so get this. We're about to break down this, well, kind of wild, but super memorable way to learn the first 7 letters of the Arabic alphabet. And the crazy part, the whole thing is based on a story that starts in, of all places, Houston, Texas.
I know. It sounds a little out there, right? But believe it or not, the answer is a huge yes. We're going to see how something as simple as daily life in Houston can actually give us the perfect, if, let's be honest, a little absurd, blueprint for remembering some of these ancient letters.
First stop, Houston. Space City. But we're not talking about rockets today. Nope. Our problem is a whole lot more down to earth. Literally. So, the person who came up with this whole system says that if you live in Houston, you know about the rain. It's just a fact of life. And that very fact is the first piece of our puzzle. See, our brains are just so much better at remembering stories than boring old abstract shapes. And this particular story, it starts with a very, very wet problem. Okay, so picture this. The streets are flooding. What's the first thing you need? A boat, right? Well, take a look at the very first letter of the Arabic alphabet, alif. It's just a simple, straight line. It is the boat. It's your ticket to getting through that downpour.
And this is straight from the source. It's not just some random image they pulled out of thin air. No, this connection comes right out of the local environment. You've got the problem, the rain, and that creates the need for the solution, which happens to be our first letter, the aleph boat. Pretty clever, huh?
Okay, so you've got your boat. Now what? Well, this is where our little story gets a bit heroic and, trust me, a lot more delicious. So you're cruising through the floodwaters in your olive boat, and what do you see? A friend who needs help. So you pull them aboard to safety. And that person you just saved, they're actually the key to remembering our next letter.
And boom, there it is, the letter Ba. See? It's the exact same boat shape, but now it's got that single dot right underneath. That's your friend, safe inside the boat. One person, one dot. See how easy that is? It just clicks.
Okay, a dramatic rescue mission like that, you absolutely have to celebrate. And if you're in Houston, you know what that means. Tacos. So now our boat magically transforms into a taco shell, and this is how we get the next 2 letters. Think of a standard taco with 2 toppings, like say cilantro and onion. That gives you the letter ta, the boat shape with 2 dots on top. But hey, what if you're feeling a little extra? Go for 3 toppings. Now you've got the letter tha with 3 dots. It's that simple. So the celebration was amazing. The tacos were delicious. But you know how it is. Every great taco feast has consequences. And those consequences are about to take our story somewhere completely different. I mean, those tacos were fantastic, but maybe, just maybe, you went a little too hard on the jalapenos. And that spicy kick? Yeah, that's going to introduce us to our next group of letters. Okay, your mouth is literally on fire. You gotta cool down fast, so you run to the gym to chug some water, and the first thing you see is one of those big water jugs. Now, you're gonna wanna pay very close attention to the shape of that jug.
Because that jug shape is our next letter, Jim. And of course, you want your water ice cold, so you throw in a single ice cube. That cube, that's the single dot right in the belly of the letter. The jug is Jim, the ice cube is the dot inside. Got it?
Man, you were so thirsty, you drank the whole thing. The ice cube's gone, the jug is totally empty. And as the source reminds us, it's not just the spice that's making you sweat. It's Houston. It gets hot.
And that empty jug gives us our next letter. Huh! Look, it's the exact same shape as Jim, but there's no dot. It's hollow. Even the sound it makes, huh, is like that breathy sound you make when you're exhausted from the heat. A hollow, airy sound from a hollow, empty jug.
Okay, so we've taken care of the heat. But there's just one last lingering side effect from those super spicy tacos. You know that little tickle you get in the back of your throat, and you have to kind of clear it?
Well, that sound gives us the last letter in this group, cha. It's the same jug shape again, but look where the dot is now. It moved. That little bit of spice, let's call it, has come all the way back up and is now sitting right on top of the letter.
All right, so just when you think you've got the whole taco thing down, the source material throws us a curveball. And this is cool. It actually came from feedback from someone watching. It's like a bonus level.
Turns out, just like in real life, not all tacos are shaped the same, and neither are the letters.
The original method missed this one, which I think is a fantastic example of how these learning systems can grow and get better over time. So check this out. On the left, we've got our standard taco. That's the letter ta we already know and love. But over on the right, you see the round taco. This is called a tamarbuta. It's basically a special, closed-up version of the letter. It's still a taco, still got the two toppings, it's just a different shape, usually at the end of a word.
Wow. Okay, so let's recap. We went from a flood to a rescue mission to a taco party to the gym. What does this absolutely wild story really teach us? Because it's about so much more than just 7 letters.
The real takeaway here, I think, is just how powerful creative learning can be. This whole thing works because our brains are literally wired for stories. We love visual connections. This method takes these abstract, squiggly shapes and turns them into a story you can actually follow, using stuff you see every day. It just goes to show you that amazing teaching tools are all around us. And, it proves that learning doesn't have to be a drag. It can be, and should be, fun.
So I want to leave you with this one final thought. This whole system, this entire key to unlocking a new alphabet, was built out of rain, boats, and tacos from a single city. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What incredible knowledge is just hiding in plain sight, in the patterns and stories of your everyday life?